Hello everyone, my name is Nick. I'm the founder and CEO of Trout Mount. In this video, we're going to walk you through how to get yours installed in your vehicle or answer any questions you might have if you're considering picking one up. Now, by buying a Trout Mount, you're supporting over 16 companies in Colorado, and on behalf of them and myself, I'd like to thank you for your purchase. So without any further delay, let's get it installed. The first thing we want to do is open up our Trout Mount box. And inside, you will find your rear spreader bar assembly. Now, we've shipped the rear spreader bar with a hex nut in the end, and that is just so that it doesn't fall inside during shipping. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is remove that hex nut from your rear spreader bar. Now, our spreader bar can go down to as little as 39¼ inches for packing in a suitcase if you're doing some destination fishing, or it can expand to 67 inches to accommodate large spaces. Once you've removed your hex screw from your rear spreader bar, set that aside and locate your front hanger and one of your suction mounts. Once you have a suction mount out, grab your favorite brand of glass cleaner or isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free cloth. Now, if you don't have a lint-free cloth, a roll of paper towel should work just fine. Some of our suction mounts were shipped with a plastic protective film, so you're gonna wanna remove that before you install them, or if on our Pro model, wipe them out with a lint-free cloth just to make sure there's no dust inside. So before we install any of our suction mounts, front or rear, we want to make sure our glass is completely clean. Keeping it free of dust and fingerprints is super important for getting a really good hold from your suction mounts. Once your glass is clean, grab one of your suction mounts and your front hanger and screw it directly onto the ball on your suction mount. So to install your front hanger, simply press your suction cup firmly against the glass, rotate our locking clip, and make sure it's in place. Once you've locked your suction mount in place, determine the best angle and placement of your front hanger and lock down your peanut clip. So depending on your rear view mirror configuration, your personal preference, or the length of your rods, you can place your front hanger underneath your rear view mirror, to the side of it, or even hanging down from a sunroof. So once our windows are clean, we're going to want to determine where our rear spreader bar is going to go on our trunk side windows. So take a length of rod that you normally fish, in this case it's a 10-footer, push it forward into the cab of the vehicle, and wherever your reel and cork will sit in relation to your trunk side windows is where you want to put that spreader bar. If you're fishing longer rods that can comfortably fit front to back easily, don't be afraid to put your front hanger up and to the right of your rear view mirror and use the length of your windshield to let the rods travel down. Once your window is clean, you're going to want to press the housing of your suction mount firmly to the glass and twist the lock to make sure it's in place. Give it a couple tugs to make sure your seal is good, and leave your peanut clip loose. We'll tighten that one in the next step. Once you have one suction mount installed, you're going to repeat that process in the other side, trying to put it in relatively the same spot on the window, lock it in place, and give it a tug before you move on. If you're using our Pro model, the process is going to be exactly the same. You just want to make sure that both cups are pressed firmly and seated before you lock them both in place and give them both a test. So once you have both suction mounts installed for your rear spreader bar, screw in the thick end of the bar first, remembering to keep your peanut clips loose. Next, screw in the small rod on the other side to your other suction mount and make sure it's nice and tight. So once you have either end of your rear spreader bar screwed into your suction mounts, lift it and start tightening up your peanut clips using a level to help you out if you need. So once you've tightened both of your peanut clips, give the Trout Mount a good tug test to make sure that you've installed it properly before you put your rods in. So new for 2025 are our brand new snake mounts. Now, these snake mounts are designed to attach your rear spreader bar to grab handles, Jeep roll bars, cabinet frames, D-rings. Anything that you can wrap our snake mount around will help to support your rear spreader bar in your setup. Screw a snake mount into each end of your rear spreader bar up until they are both snug. Once you have your snake mount screwed into your rear bar, wrap them around your grab handles or your D-rings or your roll bars and make sure that they are tight and secure. Once you have your snake mount completely wrapped around your grab handle or whatever you're attaching it to, just repeat the process on the other side. So once your front hanger and rear spreader bar are in place and you've done your tug test to make sure everything's solid, you're ready to put your rods in. Put your tip through one of our 6 holes in the front hanger, slide it all the way in, and rest the cork of the rod in the cradle like so, and close it over the pin. Our rear hangers are designed to engage frictionally, which means you can easily move them from side to side if you want to make extra room for gear. But while there's any weight in the cradle, they won't move back and forth while driving. If you have a longer rod than vehicle, such as a Euro or a Spey rod, locate your bag of 6 E-clips in your Trout Mount box. So to use an E-clip with our Trout Mount system, the first thing that you want to do is break your rod down at the first section or directly in half and reel in your excess. Once your rod's broken down into smaller sections, put the tip through the front hanger, open the cradle, and put that second section into our section acceptor clip and rest the cork in the cradle and close it up. Lastly, take your E-clip, noting that it has 2 different size sections corresponding to the different sizes of your rod sections, and clip them both into place so that while you're driving, they will stay together. So once you have your rods in your trout mount, be sure to give it a tug test before you drive just to be safe. And if you have any more questions, please email us at info@troutmount.com. We're happy to answer and help you with anything that we can. Thanks for watching, guys. Go get after it.